Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I will show you how to analyze an already made sketch, sort out the vanishing point, horizon line, and then use that information to be able to trace the sketch and also replicate it without the tracing. This will enable you to begin to understand the basic concepts of how to sketch perspective drawings. It will also put you through learning from the masters as if they are holding your hands to draw. So tracing is a very good way to build up your skills in freehand sketching and drawing in general. And skillful tracing will help you to achieve that faster. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to do when studying a sketch is to figure out the vanishing points in the sketch. We'll start with the horizon line. So the horizon line in this sketch, I want to create the first layer for me to use to analyze the sketch. So I'm going to just put up a new layer here on top of the sketch. So let's look at this section of the building and then this other section of the building. So I'm going to let me just take a simple line like this and then try and see if I can work it out. So if you look at this particular building, let's trace out the vertical lines. Let's trace out the vertical lines. And then let's join these lines to see the depths of this vertical line. So if I go this way and this way, this is looking almost like a box. So the vanishing point here is not easily sorted out in the image. But if I go this way and then I come down this way, there is a possibility that these two lines might meet somewhere. So this looks like a vanishing point for this building. Now, it's also important to know your horizon level, because your horizon level can give you an idea of your eye view. Now, this is the horizon level for this project, because this is where the ground meets the sky. So now we have one vanishing point. Like I told you in class, a drawing might have multi-vanishing points, but buildings that are placed parallel to each other will have the same vanishing point. Sites that are parallel to each other will have the same vanishing point. So let's see if these two buildings are parallel. So I'm going to draw the vertical lines here in this building. I might just stop here for now. So if I join these ones here, you see that this particular shape is somehow like a box, so I might not get the vanishing point in this image. But if I proceed with this one gently this way, and then I proceed with this line this way, you see that I might hit another vanishing point here. So we have 1, 2. What this tells you is that on plan, this box and this box, this particular box and this box are different, and they are at an angle to each other because they have two varying vanishing points. And this is the horizon line where the ground meets the sky. But this building transcends that line and comes down. That's to show you that this building is somehow below the ground. And you can see that here. You can see that here because all these images here, all these edges here, they are not vanishing to this vanishing point. They are also vanishing a little bit separately because all these other buildings edges are inclined at a different plane. So they are not vanishing there. So if I wanted to take this line to its completion and this line to its completion, you see we might be having a vanishing point 3 around there, something that is above the horizon and not directly on the horizon. These other two vanishing points are almost on the horizon because, as you can see, they are placed on the horizon. They are flat. They are not inclined, so to speak, like these other ones. And then this link looks like, it's parallel to the viewer. It's directly perpendicular to the viewer, so it's just straight there. So with this, we've been able to analyze this our image. And this is a very good way to start to analyze images. You know the vanishing points, how many they are. There are always multi-vanishing points in nature. You understand your horizon line. It gives you an idea. So the person sketching this image he's sketching this image. His eyesight is almost on the horizontal line because he is somewhere, he's standing somewhere here, something of this nature, and he's looking at this building in front of it anyway. So I might say he's not standing directly in that position I put him. He's standing somewhere in the middle. So maybe somewhere here. This is somewhere like where he should be standing and looking at the building. So his eyesight may just be on the horizon level, because you could see that the horizon is almost seen as a straight line. Look at where the cars are. There are no really depths there. So this analyzing images, this is what you need to look out for. And then it will enable you, when you are designing your own images, to understand how to go about it. So if you are imagining that you are standing on a steep landscape and you are lower than the horizontal line, this is somewhat what you might be looking at in total at the end of the day. So let's continue. If I go to my layers and turn this off, I just use that as a study guide, as you can see, to get some of the basic things that we want. So this is our horizon line. We had two boxes. One is something of this nature, and it's ascending to the horizon. See, this is, it had a balcony here, and we had this one directly on the higher plane, directly around the horizon and around the same level as the eyesight, and we have a link. So this is how we go around understanding. All these places here behind the horizon is steep ground, and it just goes to show the landscape is this way, and I'm standing at a lower point, and then my eye level and the horizon line is almost the same thing. So I'm seeing the whole ground plane as a single line. I'm seeing all these parts below the ground plane as my foreground, and then the sky behind as my background. So this is how to begin to look at and understand images while tracing. So it's already going to show that if I'm going to sketch this building in my floor plan, I'm going to imagine that these two buildings are not parallel. That means, what I mean is, maybe this image, because I'm seeing this side, might be something of this nature on plan. Something like this. Or something like this. Something of this sort. And I'm looking at it because this one has a separate vanishing point. This one has a separate vanishing point. So this is something like what it could look like on plan. So analyzing a perspective properly can help you to begin to see how the artist thinks. So let's go back and see if we can trace this object properly now. So I'm going to turn this off, turn this back on, and I'll create a new layer. So I'm on a new layer now, and I'll go ahead to trace the object out. Now, I'm going to trace as the same way I would like to draw if I wasn't tracing. So like I said, we established our horizon level. One of the most important things you should know about sketching is that you should have a clear picture of what you want to sketch in your mind. Now you know the principles, but you should also have a clear picture of what you want to sketch in your mind. So I'm going to just draw the bigger boxes here. So we've already done this before anyways, but nevertheless. If this was the depth of my sketch, and I know my building is resting directly on the horizon plane, I know that I don't need to bother about that. Then this is the building I'm working with. I can now focus on this link. Most times, the things that are parallel to the artist, they appear in simple straight line. And then I'll come here, and I'm already imagining how the architect thinks with regards to this. He may not start drawing from this position. So he may start, okay, this is the link, and then I might just draw this box. Now you notice this face here up is not as protruded as the one down. So I might just draw a bigger box. Let me just leave it for now. So this is, most times we start with the face before we proceed to sort out the depth. Most times, you just imagine the face. You know that this building comes below the horizon a little bit, so you position it this way. Then you can now proceed with the depth. Now, forget all these lines I'm drawing. I know that this is going to cover it. But if I were to hide, again, if I were to hide the background image, you could see what I'm already sketching out. And this is the beginning point of any good sketch. I've already solved most of the thing. I've already said, okay, I have multi-point perspective of one point here. I have this other point here on the horizon. I have this link. I know that I'm going to have to do on this section, possibly, I might have to do something like a vertical line where I'm going to project the vertical inclination of the steps and risers that will be going up. I know that all here is my foreground, and I can put some entourage on it at the end of the day. And I also know that this is my background, that I can put some trees and entourage at the background also, and shade my sky if I want. So this is the beginning point of the sketch, and understanding this and understanding the vanishing points and the horizon and how a view is going to look, and also interpreting it, knowing that when I have different angles to a particular building, then it's going to be different. Assuming these two buildings had the same inclination, then both of them would have vanished at one point. As this one is vanishing here, maybe this other one would have been, even if it's somewhere here, it would have vanished somewhere of this nature, but this would be too tight. So even if it had stopped somewhere here, and then this would have been how that would have looked. So something of this sort. Like all of them will actually come to the same point. So when you look at this and you look at this, you feel like these two lines are vanishing to the same point, because they will be parallel in reality. So I'm going to stop here. I'm not sketching the whole thing. I'm just giving you ideas on how to go about analyzing and tracing images. So you can now go ahead to trace this out. There is no need having that as part of the video, because right now, since we've understood how we are going to proceed, then we can go ahead and trace it out and see how we do. I had done some work on this prior, but I can't even see it now. So I've done some work on this prior, just trying to sketch. I might use that as the image in front. I'm going to look at another image and see how I can go ahead to also explain that image. But for now, you can see how things function. You can see what the architect did in the background. He put some entourage in the foreground, made it look nice, and then very wonderful shading with the colors to simulate light. So sketching and learning to trace this kind of works will enable you have a mind of your own. So if for example, with what I've seen, let me just say, for example, I decide to create a new image of this, and this is how tracing should actually work. Let me say I'm turning off all the layers. So I can imagine what the architect went through now. He had this box, and this box was vanishing to a point in the drawing, stopped it somewhere here. He had a link to another box. Now this particular box, it's a funny box because it's longer than It's longer than, it went deeper than the horizon level. And so he knows that definitely this is coming this way, but it's going to change. And they had a bigger box here, something of this nature. So you see with this, if you went through this and you went through this, I already have two different vanishing points. And definitely as I'm going up here, I'm having different steps, and it's going to affect the way the detail of the design is. And then here I can always have my small vanishing points, and whatever he drew here, I cannot remember the details. I'm just trying to prove to you that sometimes all these elements, yeah, the principles can be the same, and you can learn to sketch with them if you just learn it. I know there are links here. Then he had this, he had that. He came down here, he had some recess I might not go into draw into details, something of this nature. Then this stuff like that. That's a small window here. So with this now, I'm just giving you a breakdown of what this drawing might have been. There is a handrail, and then this handrail still vanishes to the point of this particular one. See, I'm not drawing all the whole vanishing point at the same time. And then all here now, it's foreground with vegetation. And then we have some cars here. So, and then we have some vegetation at the back of the building. So this is a quick replica of what I just learned from a good artistic drawing. Is it the best I could have made? No, but I'm already communicating as much as I can with whoever I can about this project, and I can start shading. Let me say, for example, if I had stuff to shade about, depending. I can put one little light here, put little lights here. I think there's a wrong shading element I'm using, but I'm sure you get the point. Understanding the principles is the beginning. So this is what I'm trying to replicate, and in principle, and of course I'm doing it in a very fast way, but the goal is the same: to understand the vanishing points, take the horizon line, work this things out, and hopefully improve your sketch. So thanks for watching, and I hope this will help you in sorting out your sketches. Peace. You can check out another video I've done on sketching and perspective. I'm going to link that video up at the end of this video, so have a look at it.